Hi, Friends of the Heart's Frontier. I'm Kate, and if this is the first time that you're coming to see this channel, then welcome. Please make sure you like and subscribe. And for returning people too, make sure that you're liked and subscribed. Okay, I'm excited because I'm always excited, and that's apparently just how I start videos. I'm gonna figure out some new hooks, okay? I'll figure out new things to say at the beginning. But I am looking forward to doing this because I don't often get to do the two in a day and have both of them just be sort of collective channeled messages. Usually I'm called to do a pick a card and then a channeled message or something like that. But today I had to hop back on. I'd actually stopped everything and now I have to hop back on because this thought wouldn't leave my head. And well, it was a word, and then I started inquiring more about what this word was meaning to people and why this message is important right now. So the message is, you must embrace your meekness. So why be meek? I'm going to look up the actual definition here just so that if this is a word that's unfamiliar to you, I give you the right definition and not just my interpretation of the definition. Because, you know, sometimes I know that this word is what I mean here, but sometimes with words, we can give them new meaning, and over time you're talking to someone, you go, I've never used that word that way, just because, you know, whoever in your circles, it's developed differently. Meekness, an attribute of human nature and behavior. It has been defined several ways: righteous, humble, teachable, and patient under suffering. Long-suffering, willing to follow gospel teachings, an attribute of a true disciple. Other words here are quiet, gentle, easily imposed upon, and submissive. So why would Kate, who loves action and fire and energy, be telling you to embrace the meekness that you hold? And the reason is because all of us have this quality in us, which feels quiet, humbled, teachable, like, think total beginner and total new eyes to something, right? And to feel powerless, actually. The way to embrace and step into your power more fully is to embrace the fact that this exists as a beautiful part of yourself, a peaceful, righteous, humble part of yourself. It belongs in the many archetypes that you hold. So embrace the fact that, lots of fear today. It's crazy. Embrace the fact that you absolutely need to be meek and be that so that you can accept all that you are and all the power. And so in times where you're feeling weak and powerless, lean into that. Find the beauty, which is to serve willingly, to learn earnestly and honestly, right? To be teachable means you're really willing for someone to help you, to guide you along, to continue watching when need be. I think that's very important. Yeah, and as well, I would also say that it's like this patience under suffering, right? To be meek is to say, I'm going to accept gracefully, willingly, that this time I am feeling a little bit more powerless. And wouldn't that shift so much if you could say, this is a beautiful part of me that feels this way, and it's necessary for my growth, and to be at full power, I need to have an element of meekness. I'm actually very curious. I wonder whether if you would interview, you know, top CEOs and leaders and, you know, political leaders or spiritual leaders, however, I wonder if they would recognize their own sense of meekness within themselves as being a beautiful and important, and not just sort of a thrown away necessary part of the journey. I'm really asking you to embrace the meekness that you are feeling. You can interchange it with weakness, but I just feel like meek is more like humbling and timid in a way. And so it's important to embrace the ways in which you're weak also, but I really am feeling this is about meekness specifically. Oh, the meek shall inherit the earth, it says. Those who forgo worldly power will be rewarded in the kingdom of heaven. So that's very on point with with the message that actually came through in the channeled reading today. So maybe that's why this kind of stayed around, because maybe it's an important, and it was a missing element of that reading, which is that if you ignore this meek side of yourself, it still exists and is still wishing to be acknowledged. And so you will begin finding ways to fill that void. There's no amount of power that will remove this beautiful, true, needed part of yourself. This is a part of human nature. It's a part of you. It's important that at many times in your life, you feel quiet, you feel humbled, you feel like, oh man, I have so much to learn. Oh, that just gave me goosebumps. I love that. Don't we always have so much more to learn? Like there's so much more out there for us to grow and understand in. Okay. Embrace the meek, the mild, the less than strong. That is how you will recognize the beauty also of your power, right? They're in equal measure to each other as far as how helpful they are to you. Embrace the meek. I was just, this is silly. Now I have to say it because I laughed, and I'm not going to re-record this whole video. It was fine up until this point. But I was going to say, embrace the meek, enjoy your week. So anyways, that's my dorky goodbye. And I do hope to see you soon. Would love to do a reading with you whenever you feel called, or any work with me. I'm going to talk more about shamanic journeying and soul retrieval this week. I feel it in the air. So I'm excited to share more about that. I feel like it might help you. So chat soon. Take care, everyone.